So what we have here is one of these like ESP32 based little microcontrollers. It's got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and I think like 4 MB of memory built in. So it's basically like a tiny little computer. And then this is a tiny little OLED screen. It's like a 0.96 inch OLED screen. And these are gonna go inside of this. Tiny little 3D printed Apple Macintosh. So this is the web page for it on MakerWorld. It's the Tinytosh, and you got all your print profiles here, and you've got all the instructions, all the updates, what this thing can do, all the different options it has. If you click here, it'll bring you to his website. A little bit more information on how it works. Shows you how to wire up the screen. There's also an optional touch sensor, which I didn't use. With the touch sensor, you're going to have it so when you touch the top of this thing, it'll change screens, or you can just set it so it automatically changes screens, whatever like time intervals you want. I got it set to 5 seconds, so every 5 seconds it will just swap screens. So they show you how to do the initial flash. So you just connect this thing to USB, click here. That'll start the installation. Once the installation's done, you can connect to it with Wi-Fi on your phone to get the initial Wi-Fi connected, and then you can connect to it through a web browser. And they have like their own web interface for this thing, and that's where you customize it. You can turn off screens you don't want to see, and some of the screens require a little bit of extra setup. This thing just works on like USB-C for power. Normally it just works on Wi-Fi, but you do have to install a program on your PC if you want the media, like the media playback, what's playing, and the like PC monitor, hardware monitor thing to work. If you don't care about those screens, if you just want like the weather or the calendar, it can do that. It can do stocks and like Bitcoin stuff if you're into that, BTC. I ordered the controller board for this is the Super Mini C3. It's got a reset boot and reset buttons right on the board. I did have to press both of those at the same time the very first time I plugged this in before I could flash it. Anyways, these, as you can see, it's 5 for $28.55 on Amazon. This is Amazon.ca. That's Canadian. So obviously, you can probably get these even cheaper if you order them right from AliExpress. And you can probably get them even cheaper still if you're ordering, the more you order, the cheaper they're going to be, right? Same with the screen. The screen, I ordered a 3-pack, and it was $18.99 Canadian, again, for 3. So these are very cheap. The parts for this in general are very cheap. Came with some wire, and I did end up using that wire. I had to desolder the connector on the screen and solder the wire directly to the screen pads here, because there's not really enough room inside to just use the headers on the pins on the screen side. I actually ordered the wrong screen, so you gotta pay attention. Again, this is an OLED screen, but it's not a full color OLED screen. But this 0.96 inch screen comes in 3 common versions, at least that I could find. There's one where it's all white. There's one where it's all blue. And the one that I got, you can see like the top like quarter of the screen is yellow, and then the bottom like 3/4 of the screen is blue. So it's a yellow like slash blue. And I didn't realize I wasn't supposed to order this one. So technically, you're supposed to just get the all white or the all blue one. I think the all blue one would probably be the one I would get if I was doing it again. But honestly, for the most part, the yellow on top with the blue at the bottom kind of looks cool. It looks a little weird in some screens, but in others, it looks like it's totally meant to be that way. So I'm still really happy with it. But if I had to buy the screens again, I would make sure I was getting the all blue screen. Anyways, I guess that's it. It's really easy to build for the most part. A little bit of soldering is probably required, like I said, to make room. Basically, instead of using the header, 4-pin header on the screen, I soldered the wires directly to the screen. I think if you bent the pins downwards, you could probably still use them, but the way they stick out, just by default, it won't fit in the small case. Again, the touch sensor is optional. You can see I'm showing it here. I guess honestly, for the price of these parts, maybe just do the touch sensor, but I didn't bother, and I'm okay with that. Again, you can just set like a time interval for how often it will change screens. And like I said, it's pretty easy to set up. The web interface is really nice. Again, they have the app on the PC, but you only need that if you want to use the media now playing or the PC hardware monitor. And yeah, otherwise it's pretty easy to set up. The parts are pretty cheap, and so yeah, it's a pretty cool little project for sure.